Hey guys, welcome back to JR14. Here we are with another video for you guys today, and there's Gio. Dude's silly. But today what we're going to be doing is that, as you guys can see, the engine's in the car. We're doing some last minute button up things, and we're going to start it. Today we're actually going to get the car started. There's Felipe right now. So pretty much we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you everything that we did to the car, and also we're going to show you what they're currently doing to make sure that we can go ahead and get this thing running today. So without further ado, let's go. Also, I know I'm not wearing my merch right now, laundry day, but if it's laundry day for you and you feel like you need to buy some merch, you can go right below this video to go ahead and purchase your merch today. Hoodies, shirts, and you'll be able to get, you'll be able to rock the Cars Are a Lifestyle, merch. But now we're gonna go ahead and get into the video, and we're gonna show you what everything is done and what they're currently doing to get this thing running today. So without further ado, see? Shout out to Zach. Here's a Mark 6. Let's go. So here's Gio right here. Ooh, whoa, all up in your face.
Here's Gio.
So
here's Gio's upper lip. Everybody say hi to his upper lip.
Hi! So Gio's going ahead and gapping the spark plugs, right?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. So we're putting fresh spark plugs, and everybody wants to know, yes, you can still run the same plugs in the car. Denso IKH24s. I've been running these before, even with the old Lico turbo. These are good spark plug for, I believe they're one step colder than OEM, which is what this application needs right here. As you guys can see here, here's my stock and OEM fuel pump because, well, I would have gone in the car, but it's up in the air right now. The Walbro 525 low pressure fuel pump has been installed in the tank. We just finished that video. Click in the upper right hand corner of the screen to see that video, and Junior in right previous there. Videos. Yeah, right there. Good job. Yeah, right there. You just want the car to run right now. I get it. Oh, you're putting that bottle in. Okay, because I was just like, don't waste it. So as you guys are seeing here, it's a lot cleaner in here now. We went ahead and replaced it with a new rim main seal. He actually cleaned the oil pan up. We have a new oil oil level sensor installed. Because anything oil related I replaced because I didn't want anything to get contaminated with the new stuff. He went ahead and tightened up the charge pipes, which look very solid. Soft and solid. Once he lets the car back down, I'll show you some of the stuff that he did in there. We actually went ahead and wrapped the exhaust. So as you can see, that's my downpipe right there. It's wrapped in heat wrap. So exhaust heat wrap, which is, obviously keeps one of the things I had an issue with was if you guys will notice if you have a Mark 7, when you put your phone in the cubby area and you have a catless downpipe, your phone in that area gets really hot. And the reason for that, obviously, because you're running a high amount of boost and you're running a lot of heat. So the heat actually makes its way into the cabin. So that's going to negate that from happening again. We're actually going to do a part of the break-in process right now. Felipe made a mistake, but it's all whatever. People make mistakes. We're actually going to put in the break-in oil after we let the car run for 20 minutes with the regular oil. And I'm not getting anything expensive, so I'm not going to use my Rovo motor oil to do that. I'm actually just got some regular Pennzoil motor oil from a gas station. We just need to run this in the car for 20 minutes. And then we're going to go ahead and put that in the car, and then we're going to go ahead and let it run and idle for 20 minutes. Also bringing the RPMs up to 2,000, and then bringing it back down, bringing it up to 3,000, bringing it back down. Then after that, we will go ahead and put in the break-in oil and then drive for the 30 miles. After that, we would take that break-in oil and take that out, and then we would go ahead and put a new break-in oil in and drive it for 500 miles. So, yeah, I'm excited. The last day, Felipe, that's me. How do you feel? It's the last day.
Exhausted. He needs a beer.
Oh, we got plenty for you, buddy. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Look at all this. Well, we're not going to look at the mess. This is all stuff that's going to be cleaned up. We used everything that we needed.
Yeah, I feel very
excited,
No, very uncomfortable with my mess.
Yeah, so we're not showing them the mess.
I'm not like that.
I'm not always like that, please.
As you guys already know, here's my... What? Oh, yeah, this is Junior's mess. These are not shocks, obviously, from not my car.
They are.
They're not.
He's secretly doing a lift kit.
Here's my stock charge pipes and a bunch of other miscellaneous things that we're gonna keep because that stuff's fine. Oil pan and valve cover timing and stuff like that are gonna be thrown away. So we got all the oil saved in there. And as you guys already know, this is my old block. The block we're gonna make another video series with that. How to make a engine block into a coffee table. I am gonna do that. And my girlfriend already gave me approval to do that. Yes, happy wife, happy life. What else? So Geo got the plugs. They're working on that S2K over there. We're putting the Pennzoil braking oil in, and then we're gonna run it for the first time for about 30 minutes. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little anxious. It's the first time the car's actually started in 2 months. Anything can happen. Good things, bad things. I'm thinking positive because hopefully everything is positive in this. But without further ado, I'm talking too much. But as soon as they let the car down, I'm gonna go ahead and show some of you guys what we did in the upper, obviously inside the engine bay, and I'll show you that fuel tank that what we did and requires with that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and move on to the next clip. Okay, yeah. There's some obvious things that we need to fix first. We need to put the intake on. We need to make sure this hose is running to the inlet pipe. We're taking these out so we can put the coil packs on. And then also, the boost charge pipes are nice and tightened up. Oh, what up, bro? What up, man? What's going on, man? You're just in time. So we have the boost tap running here. We have the AEM 5-bar sensor right here. We had to relocate it because the Forge Motorsport carbon intake actually hits this going sideways. So if you've seen some of my lives, you would have seen it going sideways like inside the boost tap, but we can't run it that way based on my intake. Racing line oil catch can already installed. And what else did we do? And there's a special harness for this. Shout out to A2B Motorsport. They supply the kit. It's pricey, but it's worth it. You need to read over 30 PSI, which is what the car should be making now. What else? We're about to put in a new motor oil in now. Just regular conventional motor oil. Let it run for 20 minutes. We're going to put it to $2,000. Then we're going to bring it down. Then we're going to put it to $2,000 again, 3,000 RPM. Then bring it down, let it idle a little bit, and then shut the car off. You heard that? You sound like you're getting old.
Don't record them, Brian, because we don't sponsor.
Yeah, we're using. No.
I would also like to thank Pennzoil for this piece of shit oil.
Oh my God.
Pennzoil is the worst fucking oil ever.
Oh my God. Hey, he said that, not me. I'm just. No, I don't, because I'm not sponsored by Pennzoil. I would never took Pennzoil in my car. Evidently, we're doing that now just to let it run for 20 minutes. No, they said use a cheap motor oil.
You got the right one.
And I got the right one. So if you have an old GMC, this is what you use. This was at a gas station. That's how I found it.
You're a Camry with 300,000 miles.
This is what you use.
So yeah. So what I'm gonna go do now, I'm actually gonna go ahead and. You are terrible, bro. All right, so I'm gonna go in Gio's office real quick. So now I'm gonna be uploading my tune right now, really quickly. I'm gonna be uploading my tune, and I'm gonna do that on my access port, and then we'll go ahead and get everything situated, upload it to the car. Oh, that's a beautiful sight right there. Gio's first time eating roti. Look at him. Does he approve? So here we are. About to run it, boys. Got the dipstick going on here. Don't we have to prime it first? Oh, you're gonna wait. Oh, disconnect the fuel. You're gonna do it from the fuel. Okay. Gotcha. Look how focused he is. Oh, this angle's sick. Yeah, he's serious. When he's not even laughing yet, yeah, he's serious. All right, I'm gonna leave him alone.
If those last, what are those? 3 and 4? If 3 and 4 don't work, you know why.
All right, guys. So we're currently in the car now. We're about to flash to the Litco L500 base map. While you're gonna hear some knocking noises, that's Felipe adjusting the actual shifter from Forge Motorsport. So turn the accessory mode on. We have a battery tender to the car, so that's a good thing. And we're gonna go ahead and change map. Litco L500. That's all the warning lights that are on. Obviously, the car's been taken completely apart. Oh, fuel tank system. Oh, that's why. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see, 500 L500 map, 20-hour battery tender. We have the tender on the battery. That is my that powering down, right? Oh, it didn't say it. So that is actually my my dash camera in the car. But we're actually flashing the car as we speak. And yeah, here we go. Now we're starting the flashing process. Oh, a day's here. Try it now? Hang on. Yeah. Look, feels weird. Very.
Is it one of those spring full spring?
It's like
Center, you put a pin in here or something?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's 50. It's like really hard to get in.
Hit the clutch.
All right, turn the key off. Hit on. Turn the radio off. We don't need the radio. Change map successful. Turn the ignition key off before starting the vehicle. And now we're about to. It's amazing. All the warning lights are on. It's crazy. But all right, so we got the new map on. The map has been uploaded to the car. Now all we have to do, Felipe is checking the coolant levels now. Obviously we need to wait to plug in the fuel tank, which is the Walbro 525 fuel pump. Hello, Turtle. What's up?
This map is it's a like a base map or
Base map.
it's a pre-written map.
It's a no. It's a base map. So it's tailored to the sensors and the turbo, the modifications that I have. So it's 1.8 bars. That's like 26 pounds. So that's what it should run right now, which is fine. I mean, I'm not going to be hitting it anywhere near that anytime soon. Yeah. I'm going to street tune it. So I'll go to Mexico and just I usually do I give him like 3 references. So I do 3 pulls, then I go home. I email it to him. Actually, I use my hotspot. I pull over on the side of the road and do everything. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and give her the first startup of Project Mark 7 being ready. Hopefully it runs. Shit. Come on. Yeah, right. Stop that. Oh. Yes. Oh, it's so good to be back. It feels so good, bro. Woo! Like I never left.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, man.
Now hurry up and hurry up with the braking process.
Yep. I feel good, man. Feel good. Without any of these people, man. Couldn't have done it, man. Oh my God. I ain't worried about that right now.
Nah, it's all because everything was unplugged and it has to relearn the steering angle.
What's the smell? That's
paint
heat.
burning off, oil on the exhaust, manifold.
I'm just as long as it ain't that fuel pump connector burning up.
No, you're good. And if it does, it's just gonna catch fire inside the tank. It'll be fine.